Hello, this is Dr. Keith Miller, former president of the Pennsylvania Chiropractic Association, letting you know that there is, and it's attached below as a PDF for you to read, yet another Highmark announcement this week. The Pennsylvania Chiropractic Association has been in talks with Highmark about this FAQ that just dropped on the 16th yesterday for several weeks. We had time to review it. We put some comments in. We're still waiting to get those comments answered. And like always, I promise you that I will get a video to you the second that I get the answers to those comments. But we are aware that this was coming. We just weren't allowed to tell you yet. And the reason why is that if we go against that trust that Highmark gives us at the PCA to have advanced knowledge of some of these things, we won't be able to keep trying to advocate for you. So with all that said, what does this mean? So below is that PDF. If you need to, pause the video, download the video, look at the PDF, and then come back. I'll wait. Okay, we're back. So what this is stating is that there's now a high performance network. Now, we knew this was coming. They told us for a long time that there would at some point be specific contracts that required the new provider contract. So what that means is that certain plans we've been aware of for a long time will require providers to be in the new agreement that has the daily dollar max and a whole bunch of other clauses and items in there, but that's the largest one that most of you are aware of in that one. And this new FAQ, and I want you to read so you don't panic, doesn't go into effect until 1/1/26. So we have plenty of time to figure out all the details. So everyone who's already panicking and already contacting me, I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to do a little bit of yoga, have some Darjeeling tea. I need you to calm down and wait for us to get all of the information. So what this tells us is that you need to have 20 members who are annual performance. What that means is that 20 members who are reporting through the Helion predictal system. That's number one. Okay, so if you have like Blue Cross Montana, Blue Cross this, but it doesn't matter. They have to be Helion ARC predictal people because they want you to have done the process at least 20 different people. So that's item one. Item number two, and this one kind of bothers us at the PCA, but once again, this is not us. We don't get these decisions. We just get to make a contact with Highmark and discuss it, is that there's a requirement to be within the 80th percentile. So what that means is if there's 5 chiropractors in this program, the 4 best performing will make the HPN. The guy on the bottom will not. So what that means is year after year, everybody starts trying to get into, the program. So everyone starts, utilizing their statistics differently, treating patients differently. Everyone keeps trying to get closer and closer to the 0-yard line to score the touchdown. And then the goalposts move based on who did what. So Highmark is pretty much in this announcement said that regardless of how hard you work, regardless of how compliant you are to the process or what you do, the bottom 20% will always be excluded from this program. 95% of your authorizations are approved upon clinical review. Once again, it's going to be required that you're in the daily dollar max contract. And this will be DC, PT, and OT. So the one thing that we've stressed several times is that it's unfair a lot of times that these policies drop and just affect chiropractors. This one here is going to be physical medicine across the board. So this is what we don't know. And we've asked several questions, but I'm going to give you the big one. The big one is this just for select contracts, as we've been led to believe, and that everybody else in the non-select contracts will be tier 1, tier 2 based on the tier 1, tier 2 credential and how that's been set up? Or is this now, as of 1/1/26, going to replace all the tiering guidelines and be the only guideline. So it's new contract or nothing. We don't know that yet. Now, right now, our belief is, and because Highmark has told us several times in the past, that there will be a high performance network that requires the new contract separate from tiering. But this does not explain that. So we don't know if indeed this is separate from tiering or this is replacing tiering at this point. We will find that out in the next few weeks. There will be a follow-up video and we will explain that to you. You do not need to panic and start signing a contract that you don't agree with in your practice. If you agree with that contract and you like it, sign it. If you do not, you don't have to sign it. We do not know. Now, credentialing in the new contract doesn't take very long. What that means is that should we find out that the HPN is replacing tiering and that in order to be in a higher tier, you have to have the new contract, we have 12 months and a little bit before this goes into effect. So there's a lot of time between now and then for the PCA to get answers, tell you what the situation is between the HPN and tiering and how that works and how that affects you. So if you haven't signed the new contract yet because you decided as a personal decision that it wasn't right for you, your practice, and your patients, you do not need to run out and sign it tomorrow just because you think you're going to get knocked out of anything tomorrow. It's not going to happen. They are just putting us on notice that how the HPN is going to work is going to be based on 2025 metrics and that those tiers will be announced in advance of 1/1/2026 based on that. So that gives you to make the decision probably by Q3 of 2025. So once again, take a deep breath. Don't do anything that you don't want to do. Don't make any decisions until you have facts. Feel free to share this with other people. We've already asked Highmark. We know it's the holiday season. We know a lot of those people take long holiday breaks. So we might not have this information for you until the first, second, or third week of January, which is fine because you still have 10 months to make the decision on what you're going to do about your contracts. So don't panic. We knew this was coming. This finally spells it out. I'm grateful for Highmark that they gave us a year. That's what we asked them. We asked them to give us ample notice. And thank you, Highmark. They gave us ample notice so people now can understand their options and have a long time to weigh it based on facts and not emotions. So once again, this is Dr. Keith Miller, former president of the PCA, bringing you information as quick as we can, factually in real time. And we have more coming as soon as we know. Bye, everybody. Have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a Happy Kwanzaa, and a good New Year.